So Ethan Klein made yet another video lying to his fans. Anyone knows so far, Ethan is having a little bit of a moment with his former co-host of his podcast, former co-host of a podcast that he used to share with, Hasan Piker. And Ethan made a video that I made a video on a couple of days ago, last week, pretty much calling it Hasan's community a bunch of anti-Semites and calling Hasan an asshole, pretty much. Hasan sporadically responded. He never created a giant response video, but he sporadically responded. And the response took about 2 days. But nonetheless, Ethan has accumulated clips of Hasan's responses and is now responding to it again on another podcast that he did today, Monday. By the way, for what it's worth, there are no comments on this video as well. Or the comments have been turned off, I should say. So that's fun. But nonetheless, let's see some of the places that Ethan, to say the least, lied. Okay? Let's see where he lies. Let's start with the first clip.
Today, where he's talking about
episode. Oh
he dedicated an entire podcast episode, I think.
First of all, scumbags, we talked about Kobe also. And to make them baby them, he didn't watch any of it. He's basing this based on, like, I guess, chat. And, you know, it's like, what do you talk about it or don't, man? You know?
Remember, he said that. He didn't watch any of it. That's why I was showing this part. He didn't watch any of it. He's basing it on chat. Either talk about it or don't. Okay?
And by my convictions and say what I believe, despite knowing that it might sympathize.
Goading them into you.
YouTube guys had to do this video in 20 after very
much. I don't have some blemish. My fight emphasis. He's crazy.
God.
And once again,
I think, and especially someone like him, bitch,
is weak. Response. Actually, it's talking wrong clip.
Trolls all the time.
He played the wrong clip. Well, we'll get to that clip later and maybe in another episode. But for another video, I should say. But in this video, this episode, this is the clip that we should focus on. And let's see how Ethan lies to his audience, okay?
So worked up about Gaza, man. We won the lottery. You're rich, dude. Just chill. Like, what a pathetic fucking response. Thank you. Actually, I think I put the wrong clip.
Trolls all the time.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
Look,
talking about anti-Semitism is.
Oh, you want to make it so Israel isn't a Jewish.
The show actually, that one was fine, but this is the one that
make it so Israel isn't a Jewish. He's like, oh, you want to make it so Israel isn't a Jewish homeland? Where is my wife who lives with me in Beverly Hills in California? Where's she gonna go? In the garbage? In the toilet? Do you just want to kill her?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe she's gonna go where she is now, which is not Israel.
Yeah, this is
like, first of all, I have never ever complained about Israel's safety or wondered where she's gonna live. Okay, that level of, like, once again, obfuscating and reducing my arguments is pathetic. But he really is hitting on this, like.
Now let's listen to what the guy actually said. Okay? This is from Hasan's stream with the guy that's on. Let me refocus that. I've queued it up to the very spot that Ethan is talking about. Let's listen to what the guy actually fully said. Okay?
Imagine a world where, like, you got a dude, everything he's known is like death and destruction, okay? And he's on Twitter, the Everything app, and he's posting like, hey guys, you know, I don't hate all Jewish people.
Yeah, like
what are we doing? What is happening in the world?
It's just, like, Yemen, the poorest country, if not the poorest, like, definitely in the bottom 10 or bottom
Yeah.
5. And then a guy who sells, like, as far as I can ascertain, has made $700 billion selling like pastel colored crew necks. And he's like, this 19-year-old is going to kill me.
In Yemen.
In Yemen.
From Yemen.
I just like my first the first instance of this stuff I saw was when like last year during his first dust up with you, when he did that thing that like all these guys do where it's like they live in America, their families live in America, they'll never fucking move to Israel, and in fact one of their family members moved from Israel because it actually sucks to live there.
Bro, they're
So this guy's specifically talking about people that live in America, that moved away from Israel, who have never lived in Israel, who don't want to live in Israel. They live in America. He's talking about Israelis who live in America, who would never want to move to Israel, who don't want to be in Israel, who are not quote-unquote Israeli with respect to citizenship necessarily, and who do not claim Israel to be like their homeland, right? Like, they might consider Israel to be like an ancestral home, but they don't sit there and go, oh, Israel is my home as much as America is, type of thing. These are people, he's specifically referring to people that don't live in Israel. Specifically. Let's continue the clip. Let's continue to the clip that Ethan clipped out, by the way.
they're making him bro, he's posting like he's got barred from Columbia campus, dude. Like that, dog, you're in Yemen. Like, what do you mean?
It's just like making him do this shit, like. But he did that thing where like, last year where he's like, oh, you want to make it so Israel isn't a Jewish homeland? Where is my wife who lives with me in Beverly Hills, fucking California? Where's she gonna go? In the garbage? In the toilet? Do you just want to kill her?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe she's gonna go where she is now, which is not Israel.
Yeah, this
And that's the point the guy was making. It was kind of messed up a little bit because in the middle Hasan brought something up. But the point that he was making is all these guys that live in these other countries, that live in the West, that live in LA, that live in New York, that live in Texas, that live in fucking Alabama, all these rich motherfuckers that live in all these places, that live in the UK, that live in France, that live in Spain, whatever. All these people who do not live in Israel and who don't want to live in Israel are all upset that the anti-Zionist movement is trying to make Israel a non-ethno state. That's the point that he's clearly making. The point that Ethan cuts out is the guy just saying, well, where do you want my wife to live type of thing. The irony of Ethan talking about Hasan not watching his clips, when Ethan clearly hasn't watched what Hasan said, shouldn't be lost on people. But then let's continue to see what Ethan actually prescribes as positions that these two just took.
Telling Israelis to go somewhere else, which is, let's be real, we can't fucking approach this topic like that. There's 8 million fucking Jews that live there. 80% of them were born there. This thing that like, oh, just go somewhere else is down. It's sick. It's a sick fucking thing. And it's so counterproductive to the point where it's like, you don't care about peace. If your solution is let's relocate 80 million people, 80% who were born there and have no other alternative place to live. That's literally where they live. Okay.
Once again, Hasan and his friend weren't talking about the people that are living in Israel. He's specifically speaking about the people, he said California, but specifically speaking about the people that don't live in Israel, complaining about how Israel should be an ethno state. That's who he's specifically talking about. And if Ethan, who did all of his research apparently, who is not clip chimping Hasan, did any more research, he would have figured that's what the guy is talking about. At no point did Hasan or his friends said anything about relocating Jews from Israel. Not only did they not even make that point, they didn't even come close to making that point. Ethan is accusing them of having a position that they do not have, and then arguing against the position that he's accusing them of having. But let's continue.
Okay. Also, why are they obsessed with my wealth? Like, bro, these two socialist fucking dudes are both rich as fuck, and they're sitting here being like, "You're rich. Why do you care?" Like, get a grip, dude. Like, this is This is the thing. This is radical shit. This is not normal shit, okay? To sit here and tell Israelis to move and go somewhere else. Like, this is not normal. Do you guys understand this? Twitch has normalized this type of discourse, and that's the problem. This is not fucking normal. This is extraordinarily radical. And can you find a single voice on Twitch that varies from Hasan's like talking points by even 1%? Can you even find one person on Twitch that would say, who's a political commentary person, that would say, you know, I don't think kicking out 8 million Jewish people is actually a good solution because they were born there and like, so they should be able to stay there? Can you find a single motherfucker to say that on Twitch? Why is that? Why?
Yes, I could. In fact, not only did I find the single motherfucker who would say that, you actually spoke to him, you fucking asshole. Not only did you speak to him, he actually said it to you. And the irony of what you're about to see shouldn't be lost on you. This is the last video conversation that Hasan and Ethan had. The last. This was on Hasan's stream following their final episode of Leftovers. Okay? They're speaking about the solution to the Palestine-Israel situation. Ethan is someone who says he believes in a two-state solution. Hasan believes in a one-state solution. Let's listen to what's being said here, okay? Remember, we gotta find that one motherfucker. Here we go.
Settlers living in the West Bank.
That's and like I think in the original idea there was even going to be a.
Let me cue it up properly.
Give it back to Palestine. More likely, like I.
Turning around and stoking the fires in the West Bank against people that have no legal recourse, against people that are led under military mandate.
I agree with everything you're saying,
And
but to go
that
back
is-
to go back to the original point, don't you think it's more likely? Like I think this is infinitely more likely, even though it's very difficult, especially now. But to remove all the settlements, just fuck all of them off, those scumbag freaks. Give it back to Palestinians, and you can do the security assurances and the negotiations and all of that while Palestine has its own sovereign country. And like I think in the original
I think
idea
that's
there was
more
even going to be.
Oh fuck! Oh fuck! We just found another person who apparently believes what Hasan believes, which is relocating hundreds of thousands of Jews out of their homes from the West Bank settlements into Israel proper. And the person who just said that was Ethan Klein. It wasn't Hasan who said that. It was Ethan Klein. Ethan Klein, who a couple seconds ago we just saw a video of him saying that Hasan holds the position that we should just move 8 million people out of Israel, and that's an extremist, fucked up. It is a horrible position to take. Oh my fucking god, extremist position. Find one motherfucker that opposes that position on Twitch. Well, we didn't find that one motherfucker just yet. But we did find one other motherfucker, according to Ethan's own logic, that believes that mass relocation of people is a solution. Also known as ethnic cleansing. Yeah. Now let's listen to what Hasan says. Let's go back just a couple of seconds.
Own sovereign country and like I think in the original
I think
idea
that's
there was
more
even going to be
violent.
there was
I
going to
think
be
that that's more violent than a one state. Like, you think Israel would be able to successfully take out 471,000 settlers living in the West Bank, and
You
also
think that
another
Israel could- you think-
300,000, almost 300,000 more plus living in East Jerusalem as well, which is occupied, but now also permanently under Israeli rule.
You think that fully integrating the populations would be less violent?
Yes,
I
I do.
Dude, there's no way. Like,
Holy fucknut, we found the guy. Hasan literally just said, hey man, the solution to this issue between Gaza and Palestine and the West Bank and Israel is not to resettle people, is not to move almost 1 million people from their homes into Israel proper and give the land back to Palestine. No, no, no. The answer, my friend, is to let them coexist. That's what Hasan believes. That's why he believes in a one-state solution. Ethan, as clear as day, just said here, yeah, let's relocate, ethnically cleanse hundreds of thousands of people from their homes into Israel proper. And Hasan pushed back and said, no, we shouldn't do that. That's too violent. We should have a solution where they have to cohabitate. That's his position. The position that Ethan Klein just seconds ago called, wait a minute, wait for it, what did he call it?
Like, varies from Hasan's like talking points by even 1%.
Wait.
Not fuck tell Israelis to move in here being like, you're rich, why do you care? Like, get a grip, dude. Like, this is the thing. This is radical shit. This is not normal shit, okay? To sit here and tell Israelis to move and go somewhere else. Like, this is not...
What? Ethan, what did you... What? Wait. What did you say in this video? Wait, shit, what did you say? Hold on, let's listen to that again.
Another
Israel could-
300,000, almost 300,000 more plus living in East Jerusalem as well, which is occupied, but now also permanently under Israeli rule.
You think that fully integrating the populations would be less violent?
Yes,
I
do.
Dude, there's no way.
Fuck! Ethan! You made the argument, bro. Hasan made the other argument. Hasan made the argument that you think you made, and you made the argument that is what did you say it was again? What did you say? Hold on. God, what was the argument? What did he say it was?
Two socialist fucking dudes are both rich as fuck, and they're sitting here being like, you're rich, why do you care?
Yeah,
like,
that's
get
true.
a grip, dude.
Yeah, that's true. Get to the point. What was the position?
Like, this is the thing. This is radical shit. This is not normal shit.
It's radical, not normal shit. For someone to suggest that... Someone to suggest what, Ethan?
Shit, okay? To sit here and tell Israelis to move and go somewhere else. Like, this...
That's absolutely right. Ethan, what the fuck? I found the guy that says that. I found the guy. Let's just do one more time so we have no issues here. One more time. One more time. One more time.
And the Palestinians, and you can do these security assurances and the
One more time.
negotiations with the Palestinians.
Just so we know that Ethan is not a radical, fucked up person.
I think it's more likely, I think this is infinitely more likely, even though it's very, very difficult, especially now. But to remove all the settlements, just fuck all of them off, those scumbag freaks.
Scumbag freaks. All those people living there are scumbag freaks, according to Ethan.
Give it back to the Palestinians, and you can do these security assurances and the negotiations and all of that while Palestine.
So in other words, Ethan Klein has taken the extremist position of relocating the Jews, while the fighter, the man that's fighting for the liberation of Jewish people, Hasan Piker, has taken the position of...
Palestine has its
Wait
own
for it.
sovereign country and I think in the original
I think
idea
that's
there was
more
even going to be
violent.
there was going to
He thinks it's more violent. Jeez Louise. Ethan, we found that one motherfucker that disagrees with Hasan's position. Well, sorry, with your position that we should relocate Jews as a solution to this issue. You fucking lying sack of shit. But there's more. If you watch this whole podcast, you can find any number of things that contradict his own statements that he says in this podcast and what he says in the past. But the worst part is the fact that he literally attributed a position to Hasan that Hasan pushed back on when Ethan suggested it to him. How vile is that? How much of a sick, demented person do you have to be to not only clip chimp a guy, but also attribute positions to the person you're clip chimping, that the person told you face to face on camera that they didn't hold. And in fact, that you hold yourself. Ethan, you hold the position that we should ethnically cleanse Jews out of the West Bank and East Jerusalem. Hundreds of thousands of people, almost 1 million. That's more than the Nakba. You hold that position. Hasan holds the position that, no, dude, it's better to just integrate. It's less violent, it's better. Oh my God. I'm living in crazy world. But this is who Ethan Klein is. He's a lying sack of shit. He doesn't have positions based on morals or ethics. He has positions that best suit his feeling. Why does he hate Hasan right now? Who fucking knows? But it's sure as fuck. But I wouldn't take Ethan's word for it. If Ethan tells you why he hates Hasan, assume that he's fucking lying. We'll be back with another video on this podcast. There's a trillion things that he says here that are just fucked up. This is just part 1, baby.